San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, new details on an off-duty Los Angeles County firefighter who shot and killed a fellow firefighter and wounded another at their small community fire station.
Outside with live cam, unless I'm wrong, we've got a storm-free morning out there. You can actually, if you see a few stars and the moon in the sky as we kick off the midweek day. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 2nd.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, a little break from the rain this morning.
And it's a little humid, but it's actually not too bad outside. Mike Osterage is here with more on what we assume, based on your forecast yesterday, is a continuing chance at a shower or storm.
Yes, indeed. Even though there's really nothing out there right now, we may see a little sprinkle here and there, but yeah, take an umbrella, because you'll probably need it later on this afternoon. We do have a chance for some rain coming in here later on today. And yeah, I was pulling out of the driveway this morning. It was like, oh, well, there's the moon. It's a waning, I think it's at the first or last quarter, so about halfway there, if you're looking off to the east, obviously. And we do have kind of in some places, a lot of clouds. Some places don't have really any clouds being reported right now. We're at 70 and upper 60s, mid-upper 60s on average around the area. So temperatures are actually down ever so slightly. And in some places, the dew points are down a little bit. It is just not as much of a steam bath as what it has been. So this is not bad, mid and some upper 60s around here. So we'll take it while we can. And mold yesterday went up definitely very high, 12,360, low amounts of grass, pigweed. And throughout the morning, again, a shower or two is possible. Temperatures will stay basically steady. Wind out of the southeast about 5 to 10. We are going to have another chance. We got some showers and thunderstorms that are going to start to develop later on this afternoon. 83 for a high temperature. Looks like more rain, some of those nighttime storm complexes tonight. And yes, over the next couple of days, it won't rain constantly, but those rain chances do exist. We'll take a closer look at the weekend coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark?
Thank you very much, Michael. New details this morning after that shooting rampage at a fire station near Los Angeles.
Police say an off-duty firefighter killed a fellow firefighter and wounded a captain. The suspect's home later found on fire. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi has the latest.
This morning, a Southern California community reeling from what appears to be another deadly workplace shooting.
This morning when I received the news, it was some of the worst news that I've heard in my career.
The fire chief in Los Angeles County getting emotional after investigators say an off-duty firefighter shot two other members of the department at a fire station in Agua Dulce. One of the victims listed in critical condition overnight. The other victim, a 44-year-old veteran of the department, died at the scene.
He was a brave, committed, loyal member of our department for over 20 years.
Officers later found the suspect barricaded at his burning home. They say he died by suicide. Investigators say the suspected gunman was an LA County firefighter specialist. A motive has not been confirmed. According to our station, KBC, the suspect was apparently involved in an ongoing dispute with a coworker.
I've always prayed that we would never have a line of duty death, and never thought that if it occurred, that it would occur in this fashion.
This deadly shooting coming just days after a disgruntled employee opened fire at a rail yard in Northern California, killing 9 people.
All right, let's just go. Let's go.
The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Department now releasing body camera video showing the officers who first responded to last week's attack in San Jose. For nearly 4.5 minutes, police and deputies are seen with their guns drawn, moving across the rail yard and into the building, where they find victims and the gunman dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Mona Kassar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
New overnight, the largest warship in the Iranian Navy caught fire and later sank earlier today in the Gulf of Oman under unclear circumstances. The blaze began around 2:25 a.m. local time, and firefighters tried to contain it. The vessel sank at a port near about 800 miles southeast of Tehran in the Gulf near the Strait of Hormuz. This incident marks the latest naval disaster for Iran. In 2020, during an Iranian military training exercise, a missile mistakenly struck a naval vessel near the port, killing 19 sailors and wounding 15.
A body found at a southeast Texas motel is believed to be that of a missing boy. The body was discovered in a motel room in Jasper last night. Houston's police chief reporting that they believe it is the remains of 6-year-old Samuel Olson. Olson's family reported him missing on May 27th. Officials said then the boy had last been seen the previous month at school. Houston's police chief says is a possible suspect in custody.
Today, President Biden will host GOP West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito as bipartisan infrastructure talks continue. In those negotiations, Republicans and the White House remain far apart on new spending and how to pay for it. Capito heads up the Senate's GOP negotiating team. Cost of the legislation remains a sticking point. Biden's original proposal was $2.25 trillion, and he came down $1.7 trillion. Last week, Senate Republicans made a $928 billion counteroffer. The president has indicated he would be open to discussing a $1 trillion infrastructure and jobs plan. There are also sharp differences on how to pay for the legislation. The president wants to hike corporate taxes, but Republicans strongly oppose that idea.
The U.S. Supreme Court won't take up a case from two Colorado churches challenging servant COVID-19 and natural disaster restrictions. The churches argue the measures favors secular groups over religious ones. Justice Neil Gorsuch is denying the petition without referring the matter to the full court. The justices have sided with other places of worship during the pandemic, but this case is broader. Conservatives don't seem to back it, and Democratic Governor Jared Polis says it's moot. He points out the only COVID-19 restriction left requires masks, and churches can get an exemption to that.
Some medical employees in Houston are suing their hospital for ordering them to get vaccinated for COVID-19. Houston Methodist Hospital is requiring all employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19 by June 7th or risk suspension or termination. About 99% of employees have chosen to get vaccinated, but 117 current and former employees have filed lawsuit saying the mandate goes too far and violates personal autonomy. The hospital's president CEO says personal autonomy isn't a valid reason to refuse the vaccine if it could mean it could irreversibly harm or even kill patients through possible transmission.
And time now, it's 4:37 and it's about 70 degrees right now.
With the warmer months comes potential of more hot car deaths. Still ahead, details about new technology being developed to try to prevent these tragic circumstances.
A couple of area softball teams are going to the big championship game. We're going to have a preview next.
And outside with live cam, as we said, it's rain-free morning so far, but Mike says keep those umbrellas handy. The rainy, or rather active weather pattern does continue here in South Central Texas. We'll be right back. You're starting your day with GMSA. 440, the Jetson softball team going where no Rocket softball team has been before. That's the state tournament, and will feature the Class 6A semifinals on Friday. That's after the Rockets were able to sweep Austin Bowie to win the Region 4 title after the game had to be postponed after a scoreless first inning and moved to Buda from Somerset due to rain. Rockets win Game 2 after coming from behind again. Now they face Rockwall, who's 31-7 compared to Jetson's 34-2 overall record. Matchup between Jetson and Rockwall set for 4 p.m. at the Red and Charlene McCombs Field up in Austin. Meanwhile, the D'Hanis Cowgirls going up against Gale Border County in the Class 1A state semifinal game yesterday. Bats come alive in the top of the third, trailing 1-0. Mabry Herman knocks a base hit in left. Kayla Looper scores, and we're tied at 1. Later, D'Hanis keeps the momentum going. Tony Burrell adds an insurance one with an RBI single. Cowgirls back in the title game. 4-1 your final. The state championship today at 4 o'clock against Dodge City. On to baseball now. San Antonio Missions in Springfield, Missouri last night. Missions struck first, got on the scoreboard early, but struggled to get things going for the rest of the game, allowing 5 runs in the bottom of the first. Missions dropped the series opener by a final 10-3. The series, Missions and Cardinals, continues through Sunday in Springfield.
And time now is 4:41 and about 70 degrees for now.
Year after year, we report dozens of hot car deaths. Up next, new tech that could reduce that number. How long it could take before we see its impact.
Continuing the fight against porch pirates. Up next, we're going to tell you about the new techniques the thieves are using to steal your packages. And welcome back. It's 4:44. As more people leave their homes, packages are once again being stolen. Some states are taking action to protect deliveries from these porch pirates. ABC's Becky Worley has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, cracking down on suspected porch pirates. With those online Memorial Day sale items shipping your way, how our pandemic habits have made it surprisingly easier for alleged packet thieves, who authorities say are trying new techniques. Techniques like this. Seems like a normal delivery, a woman pulling into the driveway in Huntersville, North Carolina, grabbing a package from this delivery driver. The only problem is, authorities say this isn't her house. The woman puts the package in her car and drives away with a brand new laptop. Police still looking for the suspect. A man dressed like an Amazon delivery driver accused of stealing packages.
I quickly looked and I was like, oh, it looks like just Amazon. But then I realized he was undelivering the packages.
We'll have much more coming up at 7 a.m., including what you can do to keep those packages safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
4:45, tragically it happens every year. A child's left behind or gets locked in a car that becomes deadly hot. Soon, some new super sensitive technology for cars could help save lives.
In the meantime, 12 on your side's Marilyn Morris explains why it is critical that parents be extra mindful, especially as our weather warms up.
10 minutes. That's all it takes for a car to become dangerously hot on an 85-degree day. Every year, an average 38 children die in hot cars.
Children aren't able to efficiently regulate their own body temperature, and their bodies can heat up 3 to 5 times faster than in adults.
It's never safe to leave a child unattended in a vehicle, even in the shade or if you've cracked a window. In an effort to save lives, the FCC has cleared the way for automakers to install in-car radar systems, sensitive enough to detect breathing. They can monitor for children or pets and alert the driver.
More than just providing parents with a reminder to check the back seat, this new technology could actually detect an occupant.
Some cars already come equipped with various backseat reminder systems. The radar systems could do even more. Still, it's important to make it a habit to check your back seats.
No parent thinks they could possibly forget their child, yet it happens. But safety advocates recommend that you put something like your handbag in the back seat that you can't forget.
Or put your child's belongings in the front seat as a reminder, and have your child's daycare or preschool call you if your child doesn't arrive. And if you see a child in a locked car, call 911. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Wednesday morning.
At least we have a little break from the rain this morning, but I guess we're expecting some more, Mike.
Yeah, we are going to start to see things fire up later on this afternoon once again. So
it's bright and crisp out there by the airport this morning. And
yeah, it is. It's not quite that fuzzy look to the picture, right. So it's a little more distinct. And yeah, you can see the moon out there. We're going to show you that coming up. One of the pictures of our usual folks sent that in, but yeah, fairly nice morning. For the most part, the roads are dry as well. There is some fog down here along the coastal plain. Victoria at 3/4 of a mile visibility as of right now. So we're going to have to kind of just watch it, especially to the south and east, because of all this moisture in the atmosphere. And if you have some clear skies, and that can help out with some fog trying to develop this morning. So we've got not much as far as clouds. There are a few of them out here which don't really show up that well. They're kind of low clouds hanging around, and most of the high clouds obviously have moved on out of here. Computer model throughout the rest of today, and it really depends on which model you're kind of looking at, but we will see, and I don't think this one does it really broad enough, but a few showers, a couple of thunderstorms are going to be developing around the area later on this afternoon. So, again, if you're heading out the door, even though you don't need it this morning, make sure your umbrella, it's probably in backseat anyway, but take your umbrella, and yeah, you will need it. And these showers and thunderstorms are going to work their way across the area and then in through tonight. And then what we're going to have to watch out for, it looks like, is another one of these big nighttime storm complexes to develop in the overnight hours, and that's going to continue into tomorrow morning. Now this, kind of like, think back to what we had yesterday. We had those storms overnight, really, really strong storms, all the wind and everything like that. And then it sort of settled down. As I mentioned yesterday, sort of beat up the atmosphere. That's going to be the kind of contingency for tomorrow. If this is really, really active in the overnight hours and the morning, then things would settle down in the afternoon. If it's not as active, then the atmosphere is still going to be kind of primed for more rain tomorrow. But there will be some more scattered about here. And once again, tonight then, especially late this afternoon and going into tonight, there is the chance for some of those storms to be severe with high winds and hail. And of course, the Storm Prediction Center is going to be updating this later on this morning. And overall, the culprit for it, notice how we've got this big ridge out here and everything's kind of working its way from, around in this clockwise fashion. But this low out here which is off the coast of Baja California. That's really taking all these disturbances and pumping them on in here. And really the overall pattern is not going to change anytime soon. So we'll still have rain chances through the weekend, even into the first part of next week. Now, of course, it won't rain constantly. Not everybody will see it, but it's still rain chances out there. 80 at noon. Couple of showers may try and pop up, but the better chance for rain is going to be later on this afternoon. 83 high temperatures, so the clouds and the rain are going to keep temperatures down somewhat. And then more of those storms overnight. Again, that's the contingency on whether we see rain throughout the day tomorrow. More storms all the way through the weekend. Again, off and on. Not raining constantly. Better chance of rain than it looks like it is going to be on Saturday. And once again, on the plus side, those numbers are about anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal for those high temperatures.
It's still hard to keep up with the yard these days. We've had so much on and off rainfall.
Yes.
It grows overnight.
I ain't complaining.
Yeah.
That's a problem I'm glad to have. And we were all talking about it, Adam and Katie and Sarah yesterday, and it's like, yeah, just remember this in August.
That's true.
That's true. See, the problem is you're like, well, I'm tired of mowing it, so you mow it a little shorter and a little shorter, and then we get full on summer and it burns.
Right.
Yeah, because you're only supposed to go like a third at a time, I think, something.
You're supposed to keep it longer this time of year for sure.
Yeah, because that
Helps
actually
the roots.
protects it by the longer blades of
We
grass,
sound
I think.
like lawn experts.
Yeah, but it's pretty and green, and that's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even the weeds.
Even the weeds.
Over out there.
Yeah, check your yard. 451, about 70 degrees.
And coming up next, a look at Taylor Swift's latest gig in a new movie. Plus, get ready to be scared by a new Stephen King film debuting on streaming.
Your pick 3 numbers, 082 Fireball 1. Daily 4 numbers, 7702 Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 1, 4, 11, 13, 25. And your Mega Millions, 7, 11, 33, 58, 63, Mega Ball 23, Mega Plier 2. Good luck.
Taylor Swift taking on a new movie role, plus BTS continues to see success with their latest hit.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Did I ask you to call? Did I invite you to call me?
Get ready to be scared this Friday when Stephen King's Lacey's Story debuts on Apple TV+. J.J. Abrams executive produces the series, and he tells me horror stories are part of his DNA.
When I was a kid, I was obsessed, and I would go to horror movies essentially every weekend, and I would often go by myself to theaters, and I would ask passing adults to purchase a ticket for me and go in.
Lacey's Story stars Julianne Moore and Clive Owen. The first 2 episodes hit Apple TV Plus on Friday. BTS expanding its Billboard chart record, the single Butter, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart, the K-pop group's 3rd single to debut in first. No group has ever done it more than once. Seems Taylor Swift has once again been bitten by the acting bug. The superstar singer has reportedly snagged a role in David O. Russell's latest film. No word who she'll play, but she'll do it alongside some big names, including Margot Robbie, John David Washington, and Robert De Niro. Swift was last seen on screen in the critically panned film Cats. And, well, isn't that special? Comedy legend Dana Carvey with a birthday today. He's 66. While actress and rapper Aquafina is 33. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
To say Cats was critically panned, I think, is even being nice. You asked me if I saw the live-action version.
Yeah, I asked
Who's
you.
going to admit that? No one? Did you, Steven?
I
Did you see
didn't.
it? No, you
No.
didn't.
It's not
even on.
No.
No.
Mike?
Just because to watch a little bit of it.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
Did you really have to take a shot of this?
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah, wait till they pan over to Chris on teleprompter. Chris, did you see Cats?
He's like, no.
He's waving his finger. No camera shot.
Absolutely
and don't
not.
ask me about cats ever again.
Well, yeah, the people who have seen it said it was funny, but maybe it wasn't meant to be funny. Yeah. Okay. Time now, 4:56 and about 70 degrees for now.
Still ahead on GMSA, a cyber attack on the world's largest meat processing company took a big chunk of U.S. beef and pork processing offline. What that means for consumers like us.
Plus, a popular Apple service coming to Android. Details ahead in Tech Bites.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, do you have a child who has trouble hearing? We're going to tell you how to make things easier for them in school.
And a quick check on the roads with TransGuide. There's 1604 at Bandera. I'm not sure if that's construction, but we're going to be checking in with Stephen Cavazos after the break.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
What started as a man breaking into cars at a Northside hotel ended up with a police chase and an officer shooting at the suspect's car. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta. In just a bit, we'll bring you the latest.
Questions about whether the price of pork, chicken, and beef will go up after the cyber attack of the second largest meat packer in the U.S. I'm ABC's Faith Abube with the latest details coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, it is nice in the 70s. We'll take it. A little break from the rain, but we are expecting more later today. Good morning.
And good morning to you. It is Wednesday. It is June 2nd.
Thanks for joining us today. Yesterday, not too bad for June 1st during the afternoon. I was expecting, I know usually we get warmer temperatures, so it was a nice break as well.
Mike's here with more on our forecast as we've made it to midweek. Good morning,
had
Mike.
plenty of humidity though yesterday afternoon, but yeah, temperatures have been held down, and that's still going to be the case through the weekend and going into the first part of next week. Below normal readings for high temperatures. Right now we are at 70, and that dew point, that bottom number at 67 right now. That's, again, not bad, at least compared to where it has been in recent memory when we've been well up into the 70s for those dew points. So it's a little more comfortable you step outside. And then 83 for a high temperature today. We don't have anything showing up on radar right now, but notice how the rain chances are definitely going to start to go up as we go in through the rest of the afternoon with more showers and a couple of thunderstorms. The aquifer in yesterday's reading went up 0.3 of a foot. And allergens, a lot of mold out there. It actually went up from the previous day's reading, 12,360. Low amounts of grass as well as pigweed. And speaking of rain, this is in the past 30 days how much we have had. Everybody, with one minor exception right there in Bandera, 99% of normal. Everybody else, look at that, out there at the airport, 173% of normal, so almost twice of what you would expect. In Kennedy, about 2.5 times of what you would expect as far as rainfall. And there is still obviously more to come, and we're on track to have more in the next couple of days and start off obviously summertime definitely on the wet side. Also later on tonight we have the chance for, and late this afternoon basically tonight, for more potentially severe storms around here. High winds and hail being the biggest threats for that. And we'll be right around 70 this morning, then later on this afternoon 83. Again, a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms are going to be popping up around here. As far as traffic, you getting ready to hit the roads, Traffic Authority, and Stephen Cavazos putting his microphone on right now.
Yeah, having a little bit of technical issues over here, Mike, but I think we may be ready here. Let's go ahead and take a look here at 1604 at Bandera. Steph had pointed this out. We did have some construction that was happening in that area. What we're going to go ahead and do is just take you over here to the wall so you can take a look and see what's happening there. Now, this is happening at 1604 at Bandera Road. We know that construction is happening in that area. What they're doing there is some restripping on those lanes and working on some concrete traffic barriers. Now, they're expected to be done here in the next few minutes, but of course, you want to use some caution if you're heading out there. I think this will be wrapping up pretty soon here. Let's take a look here on the map and see how that may be impacting traffic. Looks like there's no issues right now in those eastbound lanes of 1604 at Bandera, but of course, you're going to want to be extra cautious if you're heading in that direction. Taking a look here at our inbound times, we do have about a 24-minute commute coming in from I-10 from Bernie to downtown San Antonio. If you're coming in from 281, you do expect a 26-minute commute time. And on 35 coming in from New Braunfels, we're looking at 26 minutes right now. Another look here at TransGuide does show that we still have these crews out here, so just be mindful if you're heading out in that direction this morning. And coming up in the next few minutes, a new campaign from TxDOT, and why you're going to want to put your phone down this month, and obviously anytime you get behind the wheel. We'll have more coming up on that later in the show. Mark, Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephen. Late breaking news. A man breaking into cars led Balcones Heights police on a chase that involved an officer shooting at the suspect's car.
This all started at the Spring Hill Suites on Loop 410 and Fredericksburg Road. Our Sarah Acosta is there live at the scene. Now, Sarah, you just spoke to the Balcones Heights police chief.
We did about 15 minutes ago, and he did confirm with us that one of his officers did shoot at the suspect's vehicle when police on scene say they believe that suspect was going to drive at their officer cars when they were here. But just take a look. This is an active scene behind me. You can still see some of their vehicles here as they're breaking down the scene. Now, Balcones Heights Police Chief John Jahanara says around 2:30 this morning, his officers were patrolling the parking lot of the Spring Hill Suites Hotel because there have been an ongoing problem with cars being broken into. The officers noticed a man attempting to break into a car. The chief says the officers confronted the suspect. He didn't comply with police. He got into his white Acura, and the chief says acted like he was going to strike police with his car. That's when one of the responding officers fired one gunshot at the suspect's car, hitting the driver's side door. The chief says no one was hit or injured. The suspect then swerved around police and drove off. He led Balcones Heights officers and SAPD officers on a brief car chase that ended when the suspect crashed at Loma Linda in Williamsburg, about a mile away from the hotel. He tried to get away by running, but officers were able to detain him. Now, that suspect is 19-year-old Jonathan Martinez. Now, police say he is facing multiple charges. They said they found guns and drugs in his vehicle. We'll have more on that coming up in our next half hour. Live from Balcones Heights, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Sarah, thank you so much for that report. More to come on that. The world's largest meat processing company is dealing with production issues at all of its U.S. meat packing facilities.
It comes after a cyber attack shut down JBS's beef processing plants in 8 states. And there are concerns this morning about what this means for you at the grocery store. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the details.
Just as barbecue season kicks off, a cyber attack forcing JBS, the second largest supplier of beef, chicken, and pork in the U.S., to shut down operations at all 8 of its plants from Arizona to Wisconsin. Thousands of employees told to stay home as the company scrambles to get its systems back online.
It's very damaging. Even if they're able to get their data back, which it looks like they will, there's still a toll to be had.
The White House says JBS notified the Biden administration on Sunday that a criminal organization likely based in Russia is essentially holding parts of its primary computer servers hostage, demanding a payout. The White House now engaging directly with the Russian government while the FBI investigates the ransomware attack.
We're assessing any impacts on supply, and the president has directed the administration to determine what we can do to mitigate any impacts as they may become necessary.
Market analysts say the attack comes as the U.S. is already experiencing high meat prices, but it's unclear how the ransomware attack will affect consumers in the long term. It comes on the heels of a similar attack on Colonial Pipeline, leaving pumps at thousands of gas stations in the South dry in just a matter of days. According to JBS, the vast majority of its plants should be back online today.
The reality is that consumers are going to continue to experience more of these kinds of disruptions given the relatively nascent state of defenses in a lot of major U.S. corporates.
And the White House says President Biden still plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva later this month, despite these recent cyber attacks. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Back here in Texas this morning, a 10-year-old girl is in critical condition at San Antonio's University Hospital following a shooting. The Gillespie County Sheriff's Office says the child was shot when a suspect shot at a man, killing him in Fredericksburg on Monday. The shooting happened at a home near Highway 87. Investigators say 30-year-old Estevan Manzanares is in jail on 3 charges, including murder. Deputies say the suspect opened the car door and shot at the 33-year-old victim inside, killing him. During the incident, the girl was shot in the stomach. Investigators are still trying to figure out an exact motive.
And time now is 5:08 and about 70 degrees for now.
Still ahead, a big day for Android users. We'll tell you when you can download Apple TV on your Google devices.
Also up next, the amazing story of how our newest great graduate made the journey to the U.S. from Nigeria.
And outside with Live Cam, we'll get an update on those rain chances now we've made it to midweek and look ahead to the first weekend of June. You're watching GMSA. Welcome back. Exactly 5:12. She immigrated at the age of 6 from Nigeria, learned English, and now has landed herself a spot at Johns Hopkins University. To call her strong and hardworking could be considered an understatement.
Sarah Acosta introduces us to this outstanding great graduate known as Effie from Still High School.
When she was 6 years old, Ifeoluwa Akinropo's father was able to move his family to the United States from Nigeria after winning a spot through a lottery system. It was a big change for Ife. She says sometimes she felt alone learning a new language in what felt like a new world to her.
I think from 1st to 2nd grade, no one really understood me. Like, they couldn't really talk to me. So I just kind of talked to myself and practiced English.
But she didn't let those challenges stop her. Now Ify has plenty of friends and lots of success. She is number 3 in her class at Steele High School and just got into Johns Hopkins University.
Ify is part of the health science program here at Steele High School. She hopes to go to medical school one day, and in May hopes to be certified as a medical assistant.
I truly want to grow up and be able to help people feel better, or even if they never get better, because I know that's a dark side of medicine. I want to be there for people, helping them along, helping them cope.
Ify continues to push past the obstacles life has given her and hopes to give back in her future. She says her goal is to one day practice medicine in Nigeria, especially bring modern medicine to some areas that are struggling.
They still have machines that America was using in the 1990s, and they've just not been able to upgrade that since then. So in 10 years, I want to be looking for a way to spread that to Nigeria.
Her teacher, Rebecca Williams, says she has no doubt Ify will accomplish her goals because she has already accomplished so much.
She's really limitless in where the opportunities can take her, because she does have this mindset of, I can do what I need to do, but I'm going to do it to help others.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
And Ify, good luck at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, Maryland.
Yes, congratulations. Time now is 5:14 and about 70 degrees.
Next, the Firefox browser getting major redesign. We'll tell you about the newest features.
My DVT blood clot left me with questions. Was another around the corner? Or could I have a different game plan? I wanted to help protect myself. My doctor recommended Eliquis. Eliquis is proven to treat and help prevent another DVT or PE blood clot. Almost 98% of patients on Eliquis didn't experience another. And Eliquis has significantly less major bleeding than the standard treatment. Eliquis is FDA approved and has both.
Don't stop Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. If you had a spinal injection while on Eliquis, call your doctor right away if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
What's around the corner? Could be a different game. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
In today's Tech Bites, Twitter's verification process is back in service. Users can once again apply for a coveted blue check mark. The process was paused last Friday because Twitter said too many applications were submitted. It's unclear how long it will take for responses to be issued. Apple TV is now available on Nvidia streaming services. That means the app can officially be accessed on all modern Android TV devices. It comes with complete support for all 4K and HDR content. Previously, Apple TV was limited to Chromecast with Google TV and Sony Bravia televisions. And finally, a major redesign for Firefox. The browser now has bigger tabs. The tab and focus can float above the toolbar, and they're detachable, making them easy to move around and rearrange. The Firefox update also comes with more streamlined menus and more privacy. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Good to know. Also, we're curious about traffic this morning.
Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos about that situation on 1604 on Bandera Road.
Hey, good morning, Mark, Seth. Well, this is construction that's happening out there right now. It's nothing too crazy, and it's pretty quiet, but that construction is happening here in those eastbound lanes of 1604 right at Bandera, not causing many issues out on our roadways, or delays, we should say. But take a look right here. We still have plenty of crews that are out there, and what they're doing is restripping the lanes there and working on some traffic barriers. Now, it is actually starting to build up here as we're starting to see people that are getting out on the roads this morning. And what we want to remind people, if you are heading in this direction, avoid distractions, and TxDOT is on the same page with us there. Now, the agency has launched another campaign called Talk, Text, Crash. Now, this campaign is basically asking drivers to put their phones down, avoid putting on makeup or eating while in the car. They said last year there was over 300 deaths and close to 2,000 serious injuries that were reported directly because of distracted driving. And they say if you are caught texting and driving, you could face a $200 fine. So as we're getting the morning started here, and we know more people are going to be traveling, you're going to want to be extra cautious and avoid those distractions because we want everyone to get to where they need to be safely.
A good reminder. Thank you, Stephen.
Mr. Osterhage, what do you have cooking over there?
This is the picture I was talking about the last half hour, and Yvonne sent this one in. Beautiful moon this morning, and it is the waning moon. It's waning gibbous, about at the last quarter stage right now. Very pretty out there. You may have some clouds in your vicinity, so you might not be able to see that moon, but we're going partly mostly cloudy skies throughout much of the area this morning, and it's a much clearer picture. We have some lower humidity out there right now, and also temperatures are down a little bit across the board. Excuse me, 65 Tarpley, Rio Medina, 67 in Bulverde, 70 out there at the airport. And even though these numbers, with the exception of Port SA, I'm a little bit curious about that report, but even though they're above 60, so you feel the humidity, they're much lower than what they have been the past few days. Remember when we had those dew points that were up in the like 70s and 73, 74 degree range. So yeah, it is a little more comfortable out there. We don't have anything showing up on radar as of right now, but there will be some showers and a couple of thunderstorms. This particular computer model is a little more bullish, and again, this is broad brush, but a little more bullish at detecting or having some showers popping up later on this afternoon and then going into the evening hours. But it is not as really buying into any sort of nighttime storm complex. And with that, since we wouldn't have that according to this model, then we'll have more chances of rain throughout the afternoon. Again, it's sort of like what we had yesterday and Tuesday night, or Monday night, I should say, when we had those big storms, and then the atmosphere was sort of settled down a little bit throughout the afternoon, which is why we didn't have any rain around the area yesterday afternoon. So that's what the opposite of this is, what this model is going with, that we won't have anything overnight, but we will have some tomorrow throughout the day, as well as on Friday. And again, this does not mean it's going to be raining constantly, nor everybody seeing rain, but we will have those pockets and more showers and thunderstorms that are going to be popping up in the afternoon hours, and also on into Saturday. We'll have another chance for some rain, and it's going to be sticking around even on into Sunday and the first part of next week. So the overall pattern obviously just really isn't changing that much at all. 80 today at noon. Maybe a shower trying to pop up here or there by noon, but later on this afternoon we do have a better chance for a couple of showers, a few thunderstorms around here. 83 high temperature, so we are still going to be about anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal. Same things we go into the rest of the week, going into the weekend. Again, won't rain constantly, but we just have to, watch out for some of those showers, thunderstorms, and some hefty downpours. And it's not going to take much, obviously, with the ground so saturated, to have a little bit of flooding issues here and there. If you get one of those hefty downpours, probably a better chance of rain Saturday, still sticking around into the first of next week.
The other interesting thing about all this rainfall lately is now we get kind of a stark reminder of everything that survived the February winter storms. Everything is greened up, and if it hasn't greened up by now, it's probably not going to.
Yeah,
I've got a few of those in my backyard too. So
a lot of people happy to see their plants back to what they were.
Yep. Absolutely. 5:23 on your Wednesday morning.
And up next in your morning spotlight, a look at Taylor Swift's next movie, plus BTS is topping the charts again.
A whole bunch of music news today with a touch of Tinseltown thrown in.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Taylor Swift appears headed back to the big screen. The Grammy-winning singer-songwriter and occasional actress reportedly has joined the cast of writer-director David O. Russell's next film. No word on a title, plot, or release date for the movie, which stars Margot Robbie, Christian Bale, and John David Washington.
Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover.
BTS is in a familiar place, the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100. The K-pop superstar's latest single, Butter, is the group's fourth #1 on that chart in the last 9 months.
A line can be followed from the MCs of today back to the doo-wop groups of the 50s, passing R&B, soul, and funk in between.
June is Black Music Month, and Rhino Records is connecting the dots with From Doo-wop to Hip Hop, a journey from the American streets to the top of the charts. The video essay traces more than 70 years of Black American music, including classic tracks that have been sampled on recent hits. The whole video is on Rhino's YouTube channel and social media platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It's now 5:27, about 70 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, we're going to take a look at the latest coronavirus numbers in the U.S. compared to other countries who continue to deal with the crisis.
And as things get back to normal, why the U.S. Surgeon General is now saying it's time to look out for mental health conditions, including loneliness.
Plus, Walmart stores are extending hours once again. We're going to tell you when those changes take effect.
And ahead on GMSA at 6 this morning, some new canine gear. The Bexar County Sheriff's Department will tell you all about that. Making headlines this morning, the World Health Organization says new COVID cases have declined for a 5th straight week, but it also says there's still a lot of work to be done.
A police chase, the police shooting at a suspect's car, and multiple guns and drugs found in the suspect's vehicle. Good morning, I'm Sarah Costa. Coming up on GMSA, what the Balcones Heights police chief has to say about this incident.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we are in the 70s. Pretty nice for June 2nd.
Hey, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 2nd. Glad you're with us to start out the day.
Thanks for joining us today. Got a little break from the rain this morning, if you're tired of it by any chance.
It's a little humid this morning, but actually quite bearable. Here's Mike with more on that and our rain chances.
Yeah, not anywhere near as bad as what it has been in recent memory. And yes, it is quiet out there this morning, but keep your umbrella handy, because we do have more rain in the forecast actually starting later on this afternoon. And not a bad looking view out there. And as a matter of fact, we do have some kind of broken clouds, and in some places just partly cloudy skies. So you might still be able to see that half moon out there right now. It is the waning gibbous moon about at the last quarter. 70 right now, and that's a normal low temperature. Dew points at 67, which is, yes, above 60. But again, it's kind of tolerable. And we do have a whole lot of mold, though. Boy, it went up yesterday thanks to all that rain, and this is going to remain, fluctuate a little bit, but it is going to remain higher just given the forecast around here. Grass and pigweed are both on the low side. Once again, later on today and tonight, we do have the risk for some of those storms to become strong to potentially severe with high winds and hail, and that risk right now from the Storm Prediction Center does cover all of our viewing area. They're going to be updating this by probably mid-morning, so we'll see if it decides to change, if they up the risk or drop it down a little bit and change the overall outline of it. So mostly cloudy. This morning there may be just one or two little stray sprinkly showers out there. Don't be surprised by that. And then better chance of showers and a couple of thunderstorms later on today. Tomorrow we'll have more rain. A lot of that rain is contingent on what happens overnight tonight. If we do get some of those nighttime storm complexes to develop, that may lessen rain chances tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tonight, higher rain chances tomorrow, but then even going into Friday and the weekend, we still have more rain chances around here. It won't rain constantly, not everybody sees it, but just don't put your umbrella away. Don't pack it away yet. Keep it handy. All the details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority and Stephen Cavazos, what's the latest, sir?
Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Well, we still have this construction that's been going on here at 1604 at Bandera Road. Right now, this is a big thing this morning because as traffic is building up, we're starting to see that this could impact people's commute if they're heading in that direction this morning. Now, this is in the eastbound lanes of 1604 right at Bandera. We saw that traffic was actually slowing down here a little further down in these eastbound lanes at 1604, but looks like it's clear right now. But what they're doing there is actually some restripping of the lanes, and they're also adding some traffic barriers. So just be cautious that this may still be going on, but we've been keeping tabs on it throughout the morning. Now let's take a look at how that may impact driving time right now on 1604 in those eastbound lanes. Not too bad, still 11-minute commute time, and over in those westbound lanes, we're looking at 11 minutes as well. Now taking another look here at our inbound times, we have about 24 minutes coming in from I-10 from Bernie to downtown San Antonio, and if you're coming in from Castroville, we're looking at 19 minutes on that way, and coming in from 35 from Lytle to downtown, we're looking at a 17-minute commute time. Another look here at Transcott is we do have this construction out here at 1604 at Bandera. Now, this construction has been overnight for the last few months, but it's expected to be lasting throughout the summer and ramping up actually as part of a bigger expansion project. Our Samuel King had a full story on this, and it's already posted on our website at KSAT.com. You can head over there to learn more. Mark, Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephen. A car break-in, a police chase, and an officer shooting at the suspect's vehicle ended with police detaining the suspect after he crashed his car.
This started at the Spring Hill Suites Hotel on Loop 410 and Fredericksburg Road around 2:30 this morning. Sarah Costa is live on the scene. Now, Sarah, you spoke with the Balcones Heights police chief, and we understand that he says the suspect will be facing multiple charges.
Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. The police chief tells me not only did the suspect try to hit officers with his car, when the chase ended, they found multiple guns and drugs in the suspect's car. And they're still on scene here at the Spring Hill Suites Marriott Hotel, breaking down the scene. But let's go ahead and take a look at that video from earlier this morning. Balcones Heights Police Chief John Jahanara says around 2:30 this morning, his officers were patrolling this parking lot because there has been multiple ongoing break-ins here, and it's been a problem. So the officers noticed a man attempting to break into a car. The chief says the officers confronted the suspect. He didn't comply with them, got into his white Acura, and the chief says acted like he was going to ram into a police unit with his car. That's when one of the responding officers fired one gunshot at the suspect's car, hitting the driver's side door, the chief says. No one was hit or injured. The suspect then drove off. He led Balcones Heights officers and SAPD on a brief car chase that ended when the suspect crashed on Loma Linda in Williamsburg, about a mile away from the hotel. Now, that suspect tried to run away, but police were able to detain him eventually. That suspect in custody now is 19-year-old Jonathan Martinez. He's going to be facing multiple charges, including assault with a deadly weapon. Again, they found guns and drugs in his car, and we'll learn more about those charges as the morning goes on. Also coming up in our next half hour, here from the Balcones Heights Police Chief. Live from Balcones Heights, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Back to you guys.
Today, the president will deliver remarks on the COVID-19 response and vaccination program.
And as CNN's Britt Conway reports, there are signs of progress, but experts say this pandemic is nowhere near over.
Signs of normalcy.
It's just been super strange going from not being allowed to be in public anywhere, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, everybody's outside.
It feels good, though, to be back free.
Signs of progress in the fight against COVID-19. In the U.S., the average daily number of new COVID-19 cases is below 20,000 for the first time since March 2020. And the American Academy of Pediatrics reports the lowest number of new weekly cases in kids since early October. But kids made up about 25% of new cases last week, which is one reason why there's still such a push to get those eligible vaccinated. And that's in addition to the president's goal of getting 70% of adults with at least one vaccination dose by July 4th. CDC data shows 12 states have reached that goal. On a global scale, the latest report from the World Health Organization shows new COVID-19 cases declined for a fifth week in a row. Still, the numbers are high. We're talking millions of new cases every week, which is why U.S. officials are working out how to distribute vaccines to other countries, knowing beating COVID-19 is a global fight.
We have the means to end this pandemic quickly and save countless lives and livelihoods.
Britt Conway, KSAT 12 News.
Here at home, small neighborhood pop-up vaccine clinics are appearing around San Antonio to make getting vaccinations easier. Metro Health and its partners have increased the options available. To find a list of where the pop-up clinics will be located this week, you can head to our website at ksat.com.
Pay raises for some local educators are expected later this fall. 2 more school districts in Bexar County are part of the second cohort of teacher incentive allotment designations. Statewide, more than 4,600 teachers will be getting approximately $43 million in extra pay as part of a state-funded program. That means about 200 out of the 3,000 SAISD teachers will get a raise next year. Bexar County teachers will get about $4.5 million. Districts like Somerset, selected for the first cohort last year, are doing well and adding more teachers.
They've seen not only increases in retention of their effective teachers, they've also seen increases in the recruitment of effective teachers.
Schools must use at least 90% of the money on teacher pay. The rest is to be used by at their discretion. Harmony Public Schools and the School of Science and Technology are the additional Bexar County school systems participating in this program.
Walmart says it's expanding its hours after reducing them during the pandemic. As of June 5th, most stores will be open from 6 in the morning to 11 in the evening. Starting July 3rd, most pharmacies and vision centers will return to pre-pandemic hours. The chain says it's following relaxed CDC mask guidance for customers and employees. And Walmart stores no longer have capacity restrictions.
A robotic arm outside the International Space Station was apparently hit by space junk. The impact punched a hole in the arm, but the Canadian Space Agency says it's still functioning. Teams from that agency and NASA first noticed the damage during a routine inspection. It's unclear what hit the arm, but it could have been any type of small orbital debris, including pieces of rock, micrometeors, dust particles, or even pieces of paint that chip off of old satellites.
And time now is 5:39, and it's about 70 degrees out there.
Well, we were just talking about Walmart's hours. Sam's Club members, good news. One of the store's most popular features is coming back by popular demand.
And as Americans recover from pandemic life, the Surgeon General now warning another epidemic, loneliness.
Outside with live cam, a rain-free morning for the most part here in San Antonio, but we know that could change again. Rain is still in Mike's forecast. We'll take a closer look at that and check back in with Stephen coming up. It's exactly 5:43. As Americans get back on track, the U.S. Surgeon General says there's another epidemic we must now address: loneliness.
CNN's Mandy Gaither explains on how it affects our mental health.
From the pandemic to xenophobia and racial injustice, the past year has been hard on many.
Trauma, whether it's physical trauma or emotional trauma, has an impact on our overall health.
As more Americans emerge from isolation, U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy says we need to address a new epidemic: loneliness.
You may have been discriminated against based on the color of your skin, or based on the fact that you have a name that sounds different from others, or maybe that you have an accent that sounds a bit different. Those moments are moments where we tell people that they don't belong. That has a very powerful effect, on our cohesion as communities, as an impact on people's mental health.
Everyone has a different response to trauma. Dr. Murthy says some reach out, others isolate.
That loneliness is that it's linked to not only increases in depression and anxiety, but to shorter lifespans, to an increase in premature death, to increased incidence of dementia, to sleep disturbances, and so many other conditions.
But Dr. Murthy says it's our relationships with others that have the power to heal.
We are all healers in that respect. And this is a time, I think, when deep healing is needed. And if we can get people to see themselves as agents of that healing through the power of their relationship, then I think we have a good shot really at addressing some of the deep trauma that so many people have experienced in our country.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
5:44, about 70 degrees.
And up next, good news for movie fans. We're going to tell you how much theaters benefited from the Memorial Day holiday weekend.
In your morning consumer headlines, brace yourselves. Sam's Club bringing back free food samples. The retail warehouse chain says customers will be able to try out new foods and review products while they shop. They stopped food samples in March of 2020 due to the pandemic. Food samples will relaunch this week. Sam's has also dropped its mask requirement for fully vaccinated customers and employees after the CDC issued its guidance.
Shares of AMC stock are up about 20% in trading. This comes after A Quiet Place Part 2 had the biggest opening weekend of the pandemic. It made $48 million over the three-day weekend in North America. AMC also recently announced it traded millions of shares of stock in a deal for $230 million. The company says it will use the money to buy new theater leases and enhance consumer appeal in existing locations.
Here's the crazy thing. So Quiet Place Part 2 comes out this weekend. Apparently makes more money in one weekend than Tenet did during its entire pandemic run in theaters.
Well, it shouldn't be confusing to you because you're kind of iffy on that movie.
About Tenet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I still don't understand.
Maybe that has something to do with it.
I've seen Quiet Place, so I'm more hopeful for Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah, it looks pretty scary.
Let's say things are looking on the road right now quite a bit less confusing than the movie Tenet.
I'm on the same page with you, Mark. I do love A Quiet Place. I can't wait to go back and see that in theaters. But we do have some progress here at 1604 in those eastbound lanes right at Bandera. It looks like that the construction there is clearing up. Now, this has obviously been there for quite a while. Taking a look here at the map, it looks like it caused a little bit of congestion here there in those eastbound lanes of 1604 right at Bandera. But this is all part of a larger expansion project of 1604. Take a look at some of this video of the work that's being done there. Now, TxDOT is trying to expand these lanes to 10 lanes, from 4 lanes to 10 lanes, that is, including HOV lanes and lanes for pedestrians and cyclists. So it's quite the expansion project. And they say that the construction has likely been more overnight, actually, rather than during the day, but it's expected to ramp up over the summer. Our Samuel King had a full report on this, and it's already on our website at KSAT.com, but it's likely going to be there for a while. Now, taking it back here to the maps, or back here to TransGuide, that is, traffic is picking up here. Now, get this, TxDOT does report 150,000 drivers travel on 1604 each day. So this expansion project could help with the commute if you travel down that route, but we'll be covering that, of course, as that continues to progress.
Yeah, I was reading Samuel's article last night, Stephen, and yeah, from Bandera Road on 1604 all the way to I-35.
Yeah.
It's going to take till 2027.
Wow.
Cost over $1.3 billion.
But we think it's needed.
Just
a lot of drivers.
Oh, yeah.
So in those areas of 1604 where, you know, it's carved into the stone, the rock, they're going to have to, like, obviously carve that away to widen that? Mm-hmm. There's not enough room for...
Yeah, of course, you're factoring in median space, too.
Yeah.
So, because some of that is just those concrete dividers to prevent wrong-way crashes. But, yeah, it's going to be 3 phases until 2027.
Yeah, they're getting ready for the next phase, too, so it's going to be ramping up.
Wow.
Well, but, you know, your blinking is going to be over. Kind of like 281 north of 1604.
Kind of like 35 for the last 20 years, right?
Boy, that even in the middle of the afternoon. Wow. Going up northeast.
That's pain.
Anyway, all right, rain. This picture from yesterday. Another 1.5 inches, and this rain gauge there in San Antonio, 3.5 inches just since Saturday, and there's a whole lot more in store. A lot of folks obviously getting beautiful, beautiful rain out there, and it's not going to take much to cause obviously some minor flooding problems and going through the weekend. Also, another reminder, because a lot of folks have been talking about mosquitoes, and some said big birds these days, and just seem to be everywhere, obviously. Make sure you just kind of look around the house and make sure there's no standing water laying around anywhere, just because that's where, obviously, mosquitoes breed. So we had some clouds, obviously, throughout the day yesterday, and there may be a few low clouds, this darker shade of gray kind of left over, but not many, and so that's why the moon is visible this morning. It is in its waning stages. It's a waning gibbous moon right now. And as far as the whole weather pattern that we are in, and we are kind of stuck in this weather pattern, actually, and there's all of these disturbances kind of being pumped in here from just off the Pacific Ocean there and just off the Baja, California. And then notice how another disturbance is moving on in here from the northern portion of the state. Well, that's going to help to spark, even though we don't have anything going on right now, more showers and thunderstorms later on today. And the latest run on this model had a couple of those showers by early afternoon, and then more of those trying to drop down in here by even around dinner time, and then going into this evening hours. This is one of the computer models that also has one of those nighttime storm complexes developing. So in the overnight hours, we would see more showers and thunderstorms, maybe a couple of heavier downpours. This one keeps it around in through the morning hours. Now, if we do get that tonight, that would probably settle things a little bit for tomorrow. If we don't get that big storm complex tonight, probably a better chance to have rain throughout the day tomorrow. Also, we're going to have to watch out for the chance for some of those storms to be on the strong, potentially severe side. Of course, high winds and hail are going to be the biggest threats with that. So today, going to make it up to 80 at noon, maybe a shower trying to develop around here. And then this afternoon, we'll have more showers and thunderstorms, 83 for a high temperature, which is specifically about 8 degrees below normal. Still going to stay below normal all the way through the rest of the week. Rain chances overnight tonight, and it won't rain constantly. Of course, got to emphasize that, or will everybody see rain, but still decent chances for showers and thunderstorms, even the first of next week.
Not too bad. Thank you, Mike.
5:53 on your Wednesday morning.
Let's take a look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3082, Fireball 1, Daily 4, 7702, Fireball 3.
Cash 5 numbers 1, 4, 11, 13, 25, and Mega Million. 7, 11, 33, 58, 63, Mega Ball 23, Mega Plier 2.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, that new push from Moderna applying for full FDA approval of its life-saving COVID vaccine. What it means for getting shots to more Americans as New York City's positivity rate drops to the lowest number since the start of the pandemic, and the UK is reporting 0 daily COVID deaths. We'll have that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
As we wrap up this half hour, we want to tell you about some pets that need a home over at the San Antonio Humane Society. Here's Matthew. Handsome 6-year-old Shepherd mix was found abandoned and malnourished after some much-needed love and care. He's feeling better and is ready for a new home. Here is Patience. This is a 2-year-old girl, has a sweet, friendly personality. She's looking for someone to love and play with. For more information on these pets and more, go to call 210-226-7461 or visit sahumane.org. It's 3 till 6, about 70 degrees, and ahead in our next hour, the largest warship in the Iranian Navy has caught fire and sank overnight. We'll have the latest on that. Plus, we're taking a look at the world's first sky pool over in Great Britain. And after the break, new details on an overnight shooting, the suspect now in custody, why investigators say he's facing several charges. As Steven Cavazos has an eye on the roads for you this morning. There's 10 at 35. We'll check back in with him and an update on Mike's forecast next.
What started as a car break-in ended with a police chase and the police shooting at the suspect's car. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta, coming up on GMSA, here with the Balcones Heights Chief of Police has to say about this incident.
Good news for Android users. You'll finally be able to use Apple TV on your Google devices. We've got more details.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning. That's a pretty shot there.
Wow.
No rain in this shot, but we are expecting some later today.
Live from KSAT 12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Well, that was a pretty way to start today. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is June 2nd.
Thanks for joining us this morning. And it's really pretty mild for June.
It's not bad out there at all. And a rain-free morning for a change. Mike says showers and storms are still in the forecast for the foreseeable future.
Yep. So even though this picture does have some clear skies out there, saw the moon this morning and with some of those breaks in the clouds there. But yeah, we will have more rain developing later on today. So make sure you do take your umbrella and a rain jacket today. But yeah, not bad looking out there. We'll see a little bit of a sunrise this morning, which is obviously nice to see. And visibility, a little bit of fog is trying to show up around Beeville as well as Victoria. A lot of the moisture in the ground there, and with some of these clear skies, if you really kind of clear out at this time of the morning, you start to see that's one of the ingredients to help out with a little bit of this fog. So that's what we'll have to watch out for. Uvalde at 7 miles visibility as of right now. So it's not widespread, but just again, especially down to the southeast, watch out for a little bit of that. Mold is really, really high. It actually went up yesterday from the previous day's reading. Again, thanks to all the moisture in the ground. We will have more showers and storms later on today, and then today and tonight there is the chance for some of those to be strong to severe. Once again, kind of a volatile atmosphere in place, so high winds and hail are going to be the biggest threats with that. Throughout the rest of the morning, temperatures will stay pretty steady from where you are right now, mid-upper 60s, some low 70s, and then we'll still have a couple of showers maybe trying to pop up around here by noon. 80 high temperature, 80 at noon, and then later on this afternoon, a few more of those showers and thunderstorms are going to try and crop up, and 83 for a high temperature. So we will be, once again, anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees below normal. That will still be the trend all the way through the weekend, and we do still have more rain chances. Won't rain constantly, but still see some rain out there for the next few days. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Steven Cavazos. Anything big going on out there, sir?
Not right now, Mike. That's a good thing. But, drivers that are waking up with us that are heading out this morning are getting a little bit of a treat because that sun is, making for a pretty scenic route this morning. This is a view from 410 at State Highway 151 North. Yeah, the clouds look great. They're having a great start to this day as the day is going to be picking up, though. We're keeping tabs on things throughout the traffic lab, but it's been pretty smooth this morning. Take a look here right on the map. Nothing too major to report. We did have some construction out at 1604 eastbound right at Bandera Road, but that looks like it is now cleared up and people aren't having any issues right now getting to where they need to be. So let's go ahead and take a look at our inbound times right now. Coming in from Floresville here at 29 minutes right on 37. And if you're coming in from Lavernia, we're looking at 23 minutes on 87. And coming in from Seguin on I-10, we're looking at a 29-minute commute time. Nothing too bad have this morning, but of course we are going to be keeping a very close eye on things as the morning picks up. But it does look like that our drivers are getting a little bit of a treat as they get this Wednesday morning started. Guys?
Thank you, Stephen. Top story this morning was started as Balcones Heights police officers patrolling a hotel parking lot that's had problems with car break-ins ended with police catching a suspect in the act and shooting at the suspect.
This started at the Spring Hill Suites on Loop 410 and Fredericksburg Road. Sarah Costa is live on the scene. Now, Sarah, was anyone injured?
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. No one was injured or hit by that gunfire. According to the Balcones Heights police chief, he said one of his officers fired one gunshot at the suspect's vehicle. And he says because the officers say the suspect tried to hit their police unit with his vehicle. But just take a look at that video from earlier this morning. This all started around 2:30 a.m. According to the Balcones Heights police chief, John Jahanara, he says his officers were patrolling the parking lot of the Spring Hill Suites Hotel because there have been an ongoing problem with cars being broken into. The officers noticed a man attempting to break into a car. The chief says the officers confronted the suspect. He didn't comply with police. He got into his white Acura, and the chief says acted like he was going to ram into a police unit with his car. That's when one of the responding officers fired one gunshot at the suspect's car, hitting the driver's side door, the chief says. No one was hit or injured, and then that suspect drove off. He led Balcones Heights officers and SAPD on a brief car chase that ended with the suspect crashing into a backyard at Loma Linda in Williamsburg. It's about a mile away from the hotel. He tried to get away by running, but officers were able to detain him.
If he's not following verbal orders and he was pretty much caught in the act, there's no telling what he's not going to do if we didn't apprehend him today.
The police chief says that suspect is 19-year-old Jonathan Martinez. He is facing multiple charges, including assault with a deadly weapon. Now, police say when they ended up searching his vehicle, they found multiple stolen guns and drugs inside his car. Live from Balcones Heights, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. This morning, a 10-year-old girl fighting for her life here in San Antonio after she was shot up in the Texas Hill Country. It happened in Fredericksburg yesterday afternoon around 5:30 in the 1500 block of South Highway 87. That's where the Gillespie County Sheriff's Office says 30-year-old Estevan Manzanares shot a 33-year-old man and the 10-year-old girl. The man died at the scene. The girl was airlifted to University Hospital here in San Antonio, where she remains in critical condition. Manzanares was arrested and faces a murder charge. Investigators say the gunman shot the victim because of a past incident.
This morning, Castle Hills police are offering help for people who may have had valuable items stolen. This after officers pulled over a man who was speeding yesterday on West Avenue. They searched his vehicle and found several stolen purses and backpacks filled with documents like passports, driver's licenses, and car titles. The department turned those over to SAPD. If you believe you are a victim of this crime, you're urged to call police.
New overnight, the largest warship in Iran's Navy caught fire and sank earlier today in the Gulf of Oman under unclear circumstances. The blaze began around 2:25 a.m. and firefighters tried to contain it. Vessel sank near the Iranian port of Jask, about 800 miles southeast of Tehran in the Gulf of Oman, near the Strait of Hormuz. This incident marks the latest naval disaster for Iran. In 2020, during military training, a missile mistakenly struck a naval vessel near the port of Jask, killing 19 Iranian sailors and wounding 15.
Today, President Biden will host GOP West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito as bipartisan infrastructure talks continue. In those negotiations, Republicans and the White House remained far apart on spending. Biden's original proposal was $2.25 trillion, and he came down to $1.7 trillion. Last week, Senate Republicans made a $928 billion counteroffer. Biden has indicated he would be open to discussing a $1 trillion infrastructure and jobs plan.
U.S. Supreme Court will not take up a case from two Colorado churches challenging certain COVID and natural disaster restrictions. The churches argue the measure favors secular groups over a religious one. Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch is denying the petition without referring the matter to the full court. Justices have sided with other places of worship during the pandemic, but this case is broader. Conservatives don't seem to back it, and Democratic Governor Jared Polis points out the only COVID-19 restriction left requires masks and that churches can get an exemption for that.
New and advanced K-9 vests are being used at the Bexar County Sheriff's Department. We've seen the dangers these four-legged deputies face, one of them named Chucky dying after he was shot during a standoff in 2019. Now, new pictures of the vests were posted on the Bexar County Sheriff's Facebook page. The vests are described as being lightweight, breathable, all while still remaining bulletproof. They are also tailored specifically for each K-9 and were paid for by donations made to the Bexar County Sheriff's Foundation.
Right now, it is 6:08, about 70 degrees.
And ahead on GMSA, our Great Graduate Series continues with a young woman who made a long voyage to the U.S. and is now at Johns Hopkins University.
Outside with live cam, not a bad morning out there. We've got a pretty sunrise in progress, and you're waking up with GMSA.
And welcome back. It's about 6:12. She immigrated at the age of 6 from Nigeria, learned English, and now landed herself a spot at Johns Hopkins University.
To call her strong and hardworking is an understatement. Sarah Costa introduced us to this outstanding great graduate known as Ify from Steele High School.
When she was 6 years old, Ifeoluwa Akinropo's father was able to move his family to the United States from Nigeria after winning a spot through a lottery system. It was a big change for Ify. She says sometimes she felt alone learning a new language in what felt like a new world to her.
I think from first to second grade, no one really understood me. Like, they couldn't really talk to me. So I just kind of talked to myself and practiced English.
But she didn't let those challenges stop her. Now Ify has plenty of friends and lots of success. She is number 3 in her class at Steele High School and just got into Johns Hopkins University.
Ify is part of the health science program here at Steele High School. She hopes to go to medical school one day, and in May hopes to be certified as a medical assistant.
I truly want to grow up and be able to help people feel better, or even if they never get better, because I know that's a dark side of medicine. I want to be there for people, helping them along, helping them cope.
Ify continues to push past the obstacles life has given her and hopes to give back in her future. She says her goal is to one day practice medicine in Nigeria, especially bring modern medicine to some areas that are struggling.
They still have machines that America was using in the 1990s, and they've just not been able to upgrade that since then. So in 10 years, I want to be looking for a way to spread that to Nigeria.
Her teacher, Rebecca Williams, says she has no doubt Ify will accomplish her goals because she has already accomplished so much.
She's really limitless in where the opportunities can take her, because she does have this mindset of, I can do what I need to do, but I'm going to do it to help others.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
And good luck to Ify there at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, Maryland. Time for a look at morning sports. The Jetson High School softball team going where no Rocket softball team has been before. That's a state tournament that will feature the 6A semifinals on Friday. After the Rockets were able to sweep Austin Bowie to win the Region 4 championship after the game had to be postponed after a scoreless first inning and moved from Buda to Somerset due to rain. Rockets winning Game 2 after coming from behind again. Now face Rockwall's 31-7 compared to Jetson's 34-2 overall record. The matchup between Jetson and Rockwall set for 4 p.m. at the Red and Charlene McCombs Field up in Austin. Meanwhile, the D'Hanis Cowgirls going up against Gale Border County in the Class 1A state semifinals yesterday. Bats come alive, top of the third, trailing 1-0. Mabry Herman knocks a base hit to left. Kayla Looper's scores were tied at 1. Later, D'Hanis keeps the momentum going. Tony Burrell adds an insurance one with an RBI double. Cowgirls back at the title game. 4-1 the final state championship game today at 4 against Dodge City. Good luck. On to minor league baseball. The Missions were up in Springfield last night. Mission struck first, got on the scoreboard early, but struggled to get things going for the rest of the game, allowing 5 runs at the bottom of the first inning. Missions dropped the series opener by a final score of 10-3. The series continues through Sunday up in Springfield, Missouri.
And let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos about the situation there at I-35 and Cesar Chavez.
Hey, thanks so much, Mark. Stephanie. Well, it does look like we have a stalled vehicle right here. This is a view from TransGuide at 35 at Cesar Chavez. Taking a closer look here, it looks like we have somebody out there that's helping that driver fix their car situation. But notice how they've placed these cones off on the side. We want to be sure we give that person plenty of room and leave that lane open so that way they can get that person the help that they need so they can get out of the way. And of course, make sure that everybody gets to where they need to be safely this morning. But it's definitely picking up here. Now, this stall actually is happening in those northbound lanes of 35 right at Cesar Chavez, not impacting traffic, but as you just saw, it looks like the cones are set up, so we want to leave that lane free so they can help that person out. Now, we've also spotted a crash that's occurring here right off Gulera and Potranco Road. This is just west of 410, not impacting traffic here on 410, but it looks like it's kind of building up there at Potranco, so just be prepared for that as we get the morning started. You know, traffic is starting to build up as people are heading out the door. One last look here at TransGuide at 35 at Cesar Chavez, where we are working to get this stalled vehicle out of the way so everyone can get to where they need to be safely. Guys?
Thank you, Stephen.
Watch out for that. And some kids still at school, a lot of kids out, but yeah, still watch those roadways.
Yes, indeed. Watch out for any school buses, and remember school zones too. Even during the summertime, if those lights are flashing, you have to obey the speed limit, even during the summertime, because there might be summer programs there or something like that. So just, watch out for a couple leftover little buses around here. But I think we're going to be in a couple of days putting the bus into the garage for the summer. 70 this morning. There may be a sprinkle around the area and a little bit of patchy fog, but then later on this afternoon we do have a better chance for showers and some thunderstorms. 83 for a high temperature today. This was from a couple of days ago, from Monday night overnight into yesterday morning, and I know we were talking about this looking down in the south. Mark had mentioned this yesterday about all the cloud to cloud lightning. And this is 3 o'clock in the morning. Look at how bright that is out there. It almost looks like tree roots. Branches on a tree there. Very good looking picture. Thank you very much for that one. And now we switch to this, and nice start this morning. Just a few clouds out there, and nothing is obviously showing up really on the satellite picture. We had some of these lower clouds, but notice how even that's the darker shade of gray really doesn't show up all that well. We obviously will see some more clouds coming in here later on today, and this is one of those computer models that is a little more bullish with the rain today. And we do have a fairly decent chance for some rain today. Again, this is broad brush. Not everybody sees rain, but any of those storms that do pop up, some hefty downpours can't be ruled out, and maybe potentially strong or even severe. Now, this one is not big on having the nighttime storm complex try and develop, so that would then give us, or probably leave a better chance for some rain in the during the day tomorrow, which is what this particular computer model is leaning at. We'll have more showers and thunderstorms. And again, for everybody, it's not going to rain constantly the next few days. We won't have, not everybody will see a whole lot of rain, but there are still going to be those rain chances around Friday, even in through the weekend. Probably a little bit better chance of rain on Saturday, Sunday, more of a couple of those showers and thunderstorms, and even going into the first part of next week, we'll have a little more of this rain. And again, there's that risk for some of those storms to be strong to potentially severe. And you can see some of these little disturbances which are being pumped in here from this low down there to the southwest of us. And this whole pattern really doesn't change all that much. We'll still keep that disturbed weather around here, and we're still looking at a low to develop right around the area coming in here by the weekend. So that will keep those decent rain chances around here through the weekend, even into first of next week. 80 today at noon. Maybe a couple of showers trying to pop up at noon. More of them are going to be, and those would be especially up to the north, but more are going to be developing later on today. 83 for a high temperature, which is still 5-10 degrees on average below normal. Normal high right now, average high is 91. So, go figure. Look at these numbers. Everything is well below normal. We will have more showers, thunderstorms. I'm kind of leaning toward the chance for the nighttime storm complex tonight, and so we'll still have some leftover rain tomorrow, and then even going into the weekend, first of next week.
We'll have to watch out for it. Thank you, Mike.
Right now it is 6:20, about 70 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, a popular web browser gets a makeover. This and more after the break.
Lisa here has had many jobs, and all that experience has led her to a job that feels like home. With Home Instead, you too can become a caregiver to older adults. Apply today.
Airwick. Our new scented oils give you our best smelling scents, now crafted with more natural ingredients and infused with essential oils that are 100% natural. Give us one plug and connect to nature.
What would make you feel comfortable with the price?
Well, no one made me feel more comfortable than my kindergarten teacher, Miss Jane.
Try saying, "Show me the Carfax value." You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Keep it together till this work call wraps. Sip that smooth roast and try your best not to snap. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
In this morning's GMA First Look, cracking down on suspected porch pirates. With those online Memorial Day sale items shipping your way, how our pandemic habits have made it surprisingly easier for alleged packet thieves, who authorities say are trying new techniques. Techniques like this. Seems like a normal delivery, a woman pulling into the driveway in Huntersville, North Carolina, grabbing a package from this delivery driver. The only problem is, authorities say this isn't her house. The woman puts the package in her car and drives away with a brand new laptop. Police still looking for the suspect. A man dressed like an Amazon delivery driver accused of stealing packages.
I quickly looked and I was like, oh, it looks like just Amazon. But then I realized he was undelivering the packages.
We'll have much more coming up at 7 a.m., including what you can do to keep those packages safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
Twitter's verification process is back in service. Users can once again apply for the coveted blue check mark. The process was halted last Friday because Twitter said they received too many applications. It's unclear how long it will take for responses to be issued.
Apple TV is now available on Nvidia streaming services. That means the app can officially be accessed on all modern Android TV devices. It comes with complete support for all 4K and HDR content. Previously, Apple TV was limited to Chromecast with Google TV and Sony Bravia televisions.
And finally, a major redesign for Firefox. The browser now has bigger tabs. The tab in focus can float above the toolbar, and they're detachable, making them easy to move around and rearrange. The Firefox update also comes with more streamlined menus and more privacy.
And time now is 6:26, and it's about 70 degrees out there.
Ahead on GMSA, Sarah Costa staying on top of an overnight shooting up in Balcones Heights. She'll join us live with an update.
And a quick check of the roads with TransSky. Things looking okay there at Loop 1604, and there's 281 in San Pedro. We're going to check in with Stephen Cavazos after the break.
A Balcones Heights officer shot at a suspect breaking into a car that ended with a police chase. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up on GMSA, what police say they found in the suspect's car.
Questions about whether the price of pork, chicken, and beef will go up after the cyber attack of the second largest meat packer in the U.S. I'm ABC's Faith Abube with the latest details coming up.
And a new attraction is turning some heads across the pond.
And back here at home outside with live cam, it's a pretty start to our Wednesday morning out there. A rain-free start today, a bit of humidity out there, but not too bad at all. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, June 2nd.
Thanks for joining us this morning. And yeah, it's pretty nice out there, pretty mild.
It is. Mike's here with more on that. And do we keep the umbrella handy? The answer is autumn. See, look, he's not even talking.
Yeah.
Affirmative.
Yes. And even though it won't rain constantly, not everybody will see rain every single day over the next few days. We still have those rain chances around. So, yeah, best to just play it safe and keep your umbrella handy, even with a picture like this, where we don't really have much, even in the way of cloudiness out there, but we will have some more showers developing later on today. The temperature right now stands at 69, dew point 65. Again, that's still above 60, but boy, that's a lot better than where it was just a couple of days ago and even yesterday afternoon, because it was pretty darn humid yesterday afternoon. Wind is out of the northeast right now, temporarily at 5 miles per hour. A little bit of fog down around Victoria. Beeville had some, not bad, a hint of it there in Uvalde as well. But it's not going to be a huge problem, obviously. Mold is extremely high. 12,360. It went up from the previous day's reading. Grass and pigweed are both low. When we get showers and thunderstorms later on today and then also tonight, some of those potentially could be strong or severe. Storm Prediction Center is going to be coming out with an update to this graphic later on this morning. So we'll see if they decide to keep it as is, add to it, or delete some of the counties from it, kind of like what they did yesterday. Throughout the rest of today, mostly cloudy or partly cloudy skies in some areas. Some folks, and especially down along the coastal plain, may see a sprinkle or two this morning, kind of doubtful. But then later on this afternoon, we will have a few more showers and thunderstorms developing. Tomorrow, still more rain, and a lot of the rain tomorrow depends on what happens, may or may not happen tonight. So we'll have to watch that situation. And then we even have more rain as we go in toward the weekend. And like I said, it won't rain for everybody or constantly, but keep your umbrella handy. Nice thing also is temperatures are going to stay well below their respective normals for the next 5 to 7 days. Details on that in just a couple of minutes. Traffic authorities, Stephen Cavazos. What's going on, sir?
Hey, thanks so much, Mike. Well, we do have a crash that we're keeping an eye on here on the maps. You can see that crash is over here just west of 410, right at Culebra Road, at Petrenko Road now, not impacting traffic right now, which is a good thing. But just take a look over here. If you can see that red, that's in Petrenko, the Petrenko Road. So there is a little bit of a buildup there, but it shouldn't cause any delay if you're going to be heading out the door in the next few moments. Now, taking a look here at our inbound times, if you are coming in from Lytle to downtown San Antonio, do expect a 16-minute commute coming in from 35. And if you are coming in from Pleasanton on 37, we are looking at a 28-minute commute time. And over here in Flotusville off 37, we're looking almost at 30 minutes coming into the downtown San Antonio area. Now, things are looking pretty smooth right now here on TransSky. This is a view from 35 at Pine. Pretty smooth so far this morning, but just a reminder, TxDOT has launched their additional initiative called Talk Text Crash. Now, that's a new initiative that they've launched to remind or encourage drivers to avoid distractions when behind the wheel. And just a reminder, too, if you are caught texting and driving, you could face a $200 fine. So just be safe when you get out on the roads this morning.
Thank you, Stephen. Top story this morning. A teenager is behind bars after Balcones Heights police say he broke into a car, led them on a chase, and police finally stopped him. They say drugs and guns were found in his vehicle.
This all started at the Spring Hill Suites on Loop 410 and Fredericksburg Road early this morning. Sarah Acosta is live at the scene. Now, Sarah, we understand the Balcones Heights police chief says one of his officers shot at the suspect.
Yeah, that's right, Mark and Stephanie. That gunshot hit the suspect's car. No one was injured, and police say that officer fired his gun at the suspect's car after they believed the suspect was acting like he was going to ram his car into the police unit. And you can see behind me, they're still working the scene. It's probably going to clear pretty soon, but let's take a look at the video from earlier this morning. Balcones Heights Police Chief John Jahanara says around 2:30 this morning, his officers were patrolling the parking lot of the Spring Hill Suites Hotel because there has been an ongoing problem with cars being broken into. The officers noticed a man attempting to break into a car. The chief says the officers confronted the suspect. He didn't comply with police, got into his white Acura, and the chief says acted like he was going to strike police with his car. That's when one of the responding officers fired one gunshot at the suspect's car, hitting the driver's side door, the chief says. No one was hit or injured. The suspect then swerved around police and drove off. He led Balcones Heights officers and SAPD officers on a brief car chase that ended when the suspect crashed at Loma Linda and Williamsburg. That's about a mile away from the hotel. He tried to get away by running, but officers were able to detain him. The police chief says the suspect is 19-year-old Jonathan Martinez. He will be facing multiple charges, including one of an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They also found guns and drugs in his car. As for that officer who shot at the suspect's car, the police chief says he's been with Balcones Heights for about 14 years and he's been placed on administrative leave pending the investigation. Live from Balcones Heights, I'm Sarah Acosta, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. San Antonio police need your help identifying a man they say attempted to set a Southside woman's car on fire. They say it happened early last month at the Gillette Square Apartments. They say the man poured an ignitable liquid on a car, then tried to set it on fire. If you recognize the person in these images or have any information that could help detectives, please call 210-224-STOP.
A body found in a southeast Texas motel room is believed to be that of a missing boy. The discovery was made in Jasper last night. Houston's police chief says they believe it is the remains of 6-year-old Samuel Olson. Olson's family reported him missing on May 27th. Houston's police chief says a possible suspect is in custody.
Some medical employees in Houston are suing their hospital for ordering them to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Houston Methodist is requiring all employees to be vaccinated by June 7th or face a risk of suspension or even termination. About 99% of employees have chosen to get vaccinated. About 117 current and former employees have filed a lawsuit saying the mandate goes too far and violates personal autonomy. The hospital's president and CEO says personal autonomy isn't a valid reason to refuse the vaccine if it means it could be irreversibly harm or even kill patients through possible transmission.
Here at home, small neighborhood pop-up clinics are showing up around San Antonio to make getting vaccinations easier. Metro Health and its partners have increased the options available. To find a list of where the pop-up clinics will be located this week, you can head to our website at KSAT.com.
June is Pride Month across the U.S. and tonight Steve Spriester and Isis Romero will be hosting a virtual town hall on the meaning of Pride Month here in San Antonio. We'll be talking with two panelists about the issues facing the LGBTQ+ community and the impact that certain bills and the legislature could have. If there's anything you'd like to hear the panel discuss, send your question on KSAT.com. That live stream happening tonight at 7, online or over at the KSAT TV streaming app. Well, the world's largest meat processing company dealing with major production issues at all of its U.S. meatpacking facilities.
This comes after a cyber attack shut down JBS's beef processing plants in 8 states. There are concerns this morning about what this means for you at the grocery store. ABC's Faith Abube is in Washington with the details.
Just as barbecue season kicks off, a cyber attack forcing JBS, the second largest supplier of beef, chicken, and pork in the U.S., to shut down operations at all 8 of its plants from Arizona to Wisconsin. Thousands of employees told to stay home as the company scrambles to get its systems back online.
It's very damaging. Even if they're able to get their data back, which it looks like they will, there's still a toll to be had.
The White House says JBS notified the Biden administration on Sunday that a criminal organization likely based in Russia is essentially holding parts of its primary computer servers hostage, demanding a payout. The White House now engaging directly with the Russian government while the FBI investigates the ransomware attack.
We're assessing any impacts on supply, and the president has directed the administration to determine what we can do to mitigate any impacts as they may become necessary.
Market analysts say the attack comes as the U.S. is already experiencing high meat prices, but it's unclear how the ransomware attack will affect consumers in the long term. It comes on the heels of a similar attack on Colonial Pipeline, leaving pumps at thousands of gas stations in the South dry in just a matter of days. According to JBS, the vast majority of its plants should be back online today.
The reality is that consumers are going to continue to experience more of these kinds of disruptions given the relatively nascent state of defenses in a lot of major U.S. corporates.
And the White House says President Biden still plans to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva later this month, despite these recent cyber attacks. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Time check 6:40, about 70 degrees.
And ahead on GMSA, how to help kids with hearing loss feel less fatigued. That story next. And welcome back. It's about 6:43. School can be exhausting for kids with hearing loss who have to work extra hard to capture what teachers and other students are saying.
And now COVID-19 brings more obstacles. RJ Marquez explained how to help kids with hearing loss.
When you can't hear well, learning can be a challenge.
He was profoundly deaf in both ears.
Is he going to be able to go to school? Is he going to be able to be independent?
Researchers from Vanderbilt University School of Medicine find that students with hearing loss often suffer from cognitive fatigue. Education scientists say the physical and mental burden of having to pay extra attention to what others say can be exhausting. This fatigue can affect overall well-being, sleep habits, and academic achievement. On top of that, the COVID pandemic has further complicated learning for many of these kids. Face masks make it harder to read lips, and remote learning sometimes means less access to sign language interpreters. To help reduce fatigue, experts suggest seating students with hearing loss away from distractions when possible and arranging their day so that the most demanding listening activities occur earlier. Also, slowing the pace and reducing the duration of a lesson may help minimize exhaustion. Small group instruction and frequent breaks can also be beneficial. The researchers say their studies also reveal that parents can play an important role in helping teachers understand the impact of listening fatigue on their children. RJ Marcus, KSAT 12 News.
And right now on KSAT.com, you can sign up for a free newsletter to get a list of all the events happening in and around San Antonio. After you subscribe, you'll get an email every few weeks with a list of upcoming events. To sign up, just head to our website at KSAT.com.
6:45, weather coming up. Stephen Cavazos is smiling, and that's usually a good sign.
Yeah, things are pretty good right now, which is what we like to see as people are getting their days started. Very quiet in comparison to yesterday when we had quite the busy morning. Let's go ahead and take a look, though, and take you over here to 1604 at Bandera. Now, this was the big issue this morning. Although there is nothing going on there right now, there was construction that had been happening overnight. Now, this was all part of a bigger $1.3 billion project into 1604. Take a look at some of this video where it shows the construction that's being done. Very busy area to travel down. TxDOT actually reports 150,000 drivers take this route every day going into work or wherever they need to be. Now, they're trying to expand those lanes from 4 lanes to 10 lanes. Now, this is the first phase, and there's been a lot of construction that's been happening overnight, but that's expected to ramp up as the summer does kick off here. So they're going to be working on this throughout the summer, but this is a big project for TxDOT, and they're hoping that they can make the commute a little bit easier for drivers as we head into that summer season. Now, taking a look here back at the current conditions right now at 1604 at Bandera, picking up usually around this time, we start to see a lot of major congestion in that area. So hopefully this project will provide relief, but it's not expected to be done till 2027. So we got some time to wait, guys.
Hey, before we get to the forecast, everybody check this out. It's a new attraction over in the UK that has everyone talking. It's a sky pool over in London. It is suspended between 2 apartment buildings and hovers about 100 feet into the air. It's the first of its kind, the largest acrylic pool structure in the world. And as we bring in Mike Ostrage now, who has subscribed to Popular Mechanics for the last 35 years. He's more intrigued with how they built this and the support that's needed for the structure.
The acrylic is really, really thick, but those buildings will, move and sway a little bit.
Yeah.
So how do you, you got 2 buildings here and they may sway different. How do you keep the pool from cracking?
I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I was scared to go with the tower in Chicago, where the
Willis Tower, the old Sears Tower. They got that thing, and that kind of reminds you of the that walkway in the Grand Canyon.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of that half circle that sticks out over the Grand Canyon.
Get some folks the heebie-jeebies.
You just go there for a selfie and then you're done. That's all you need.
So would you do the pool thing?
Nah, I would just go stand by the pool for the selfie. I don't like heights, so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But it looks cool for the Instagram, so.
Yeah. Like, I was here.
I would do that, or I would go swimming in the Frio with this puppers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll do that.
This would probably be, I don't know, maybe a lot more fun. But what a great picture out there. That guy is just having a blast out there. West Frio at Bluff Creek Crossing, and obviously a lot of rain. Wow, we got some sunshine out there this morning, which is definitely nice to see. Obviously, there's still plenty of clouds around, and this nice start to the day is going to give way to some more rain out there. Speaking of rain, yeah, there has been plenty of it. Even for the month of June, 1 day old, we've had more than twice just about of what we should get. Average about 11 hundredths of an inch of rain, I should say, per day. Month of May, we finished up at 6.14. This is officially out there at the airport. 1 3/4 inches above average for the meteorological spring, which is March, April, May. Going back to the 1st of March, we had 12 3/4 inches of rain, about 3 2/3 above normal. And going back to the first of the year, we've had more than 15 inches of rain, so about 2 1/3 inches above normal. So this is obviously fantastic news. And obviously there is more rain in the forecast. Here's what the satellite picture is looking like. We had some clouds in the overnight hours and things have cleared out for the time being. But throughout the rest of today, we are going to see rain chances coming on in here. And again, this is a broad brush, but it's just a good indication that there will be a few showers and thunderstorms around the area later on today and then going into tonight. Now, this particular model does not have the nighttime storm complex trying to develop. And so therefore, it's got a lot more in the way of rain sticking around throughout the day tomorrow. Kind of leaning the opposite direction. There are some computer models that have those nighttime storm complexes developing tonight. So we'll have to be on the lookout for that. And those are the ones that tend to get a little bit on the nasty side. More showers, excuse me, scattered around the area tomorrow, going into Friday as well. And again, the thing to take away from this is it's not going to be raining constantly. Not everybody, I keep emphasizing that, but there will still be showers and some thunderstorms around even through the weekend. Yeah, you'll be able to get some outdoor plans in, but just make sure you have kind of a plan B, just because the rain chances out there. And of course, some of those showers and storms late today and going into tonight are potentially going to be severe with high winds and hail, the biggest threats. So today, start off fairly nice. You know, maybe a sprinkly shower trying to pop up, especially up to the north and northwest by noon, 80, and then a high temperature, 83. So I think we'll have more clouds moving on in here really quickly, and that's going to kind of put a lid on any of the warming. We'll still have some showers and thunderstorms, though, developing later on today. And again, I'm kind of leaning more toward unlike that one computer model, the overnight thunderstorm developing, those storm complexes, and then more rain chances all the way through the weekend and first part of next week. Not constantly, but some folks will get, and you know, a couple of heavy downpours mixed in there, saturated ground, going to cause a lot of runoff.
Yeah, a lot of things to watch out for. Although I'm getting used to the rain. Once it stops, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, where'd it go?
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm getting used to it. It's like, wow, I have lawn and so everything's greening up and the flowers and everything. So
it's nice. We'll enjoy it while it lasts.
6:51 on your Wednesday morning.
And tomorrow on GMSA, eating better is one of the best ways to fight fatigue. We're going to share with you the experts' picks for best power-packed foods.
Let's check on that Wednesday morning sunrise with live cam right now. You see the sun glinting off the downtown buildings here in San Antonio. The news you need to know before you go, still to come.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, that new push from Moderna applying for full FDA approval of its life-saving COVID vaccine. What it means for getting shots to more Americans as New York City's positivity rate drops to the lowest number since the start of the pandemic, and the UK is reporting 0 daily COVID deaths. We'll have that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Good morning, everyone. We are seeing the morning picking up, and we actually have a crash that's been reported right over here off the southeast loop 410, right at Highway 87. Not impacting traffic right now, but this is something, if you're coming in from Lavernia on 87, you're going to want to keep a close eye on to downtown San Antonio. We're looking at 24 minutes, 28 minutes coming in from I-10 to Seguin, and we're looking at 26 minutes coming in from New Braunfels on 35. Another look here at TransGuide shows that things are picking up, but we'll be keeping an eye on things as the morning does continue.
Interesting sky there in the background with a little bit of sunshine, so grab some sunglasses. We do still have clouds hanging around here as well. Temperature is at 69 now at the airport, and it's not a bad morning. It's kind of pleasant out there, actually. 80 at noon, 83 high temperature. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be developing, and then overnight we'll have more around there. Some of those could be on the strong, potentially severe side, and yeah, it won't rain constantly. Everybody sees it, but we have rain chances through the weekend into the first of next week.
Rain sounds almost like a certainty at some point, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting used to it, definitely. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you back here at 9.